today and Glen Ellen and we have people from all over the region come together and support my campaign. You know, we're going to win on Tuesday. I'll tell you why. As I've gone across the country, I've had the chance to listen to people talk about the challenges they're concerned about, and they're convinced that we're going to have to see some change in Washington, that we're going to need to see a different cast of characters. They recognize that you can't send back the same people who've been there forever and expect something, just in different chairs, and expect things to change. And so I think people recognize that Washington is broken, and we're going to have to make some changes there. And I go back to the issues that I hear about. People say, you know, a long time ago, the Washington politicians told us that they would solve the problem of Social Security, and they haven't. And they told us that they'd finally balance the budget, and they haven't. And they told us that they'd rein in excessive pork barrel spending, and they told us that they would find a way to live by the highest ethical standards. And they told us that they'd find health care that was affordable and portable for our citizens. And they haven't. And they told us they'd finally get us off of our dependence on foreign oil. And they haven't. And they told us they'd keep legal immigration alive and well, but they'd stop illegal immigration. And they haven't. But you know what? We will. We're going to go to Washington. You know, I know that there's a certain senator from this state who says he'd bring change to America. And I'm convinced he would change America. Just not in the sense you want. You saw the sign the other day. He was speaking, a huge sign behind him that said change, just one word, change. And someone remarked to me when they saw the sign, he said, you know, that's what we'd be left with if he were president in our pockets. That's not what America needs. That's not the course we're going to follow. Instead, the kind of change we need in Washington is not following the way of Europe, big government, big brother, big taxes, but instead staying in the house that Ronald Reagan built. I know that in our party right now, there's a battle for the heart and soul of the Republican Party. Which way are we going to go? Are we going to take a sharp left turn in our party, get as close as we can to Hillary Clinton? Do we want to have a person lead our party and be our nominee who voted against the Bush tax cuts? Do we want to have a person lead our party and be the nominee of our party who voted against drilling for oil in Anwar? Do we want a person leading our party who authored McCain-Feingold that hit the First Amendment and took away Republican leads in our fundraising effort? Do we want to have a person lead our party who voted for and fought for McCain-Kennedy, which is an amnesty bill for illegal aliens? And you want to have a person leading our party who fought for and is leading McCain-Lieberman, a bill that would add 50 cents per gallon to your fuel costs and not solve the problem of global warming? I'll tell you what we need to have is a person who will stand up for the principles of the Republican Party, live in the house that Ronald Reagan built, and win the White House again.